All right, let's just dive right in. Think about this. For the last 30 years, the way we find things online has been pretty much the same. You type a question, you get a list of links, and you start clicking. Simple, right? Well, that entire system, the very foundation of how we discover anything on the internet, is going through its biggest change ever. This isn't just another update, it's a total rewrite of the rules.
So what's at the heart of this massive shift? It's the end of an icon we all know. That classic page of 10 blue links. It's literally dissolving before our eyes. And what's taking its place? Something completely new. We're moving to an engine that doesn't just show you where to find information, it actually builds the answer for you, right there on the screen.
And this slide, right here, this is the absolute key to understanding everything. On the old web, the search engine was basically a retriever. It would go fetch a pile of documents and drop them at your feet, saying, "Here you go, good luck." All the tough work of reading, comparing, and figuring it all out, that was on you. Now, in the new web, the engine is a synthesizer. It does all that heavy lifting for you. It reads everything and comes back with one clear answer. The workload has literally shifted from your brain to the AI's.
To really get why this is such a huge deal, we got to take a quick look back at the world we're leaving behind. For about 20 years, the entire online game was ruled by one thing: search engine optimization, or SEO. This was the era of what I like to call the librarian.
So imagine a traditional search engine as a librarian managing this enormous card catalog for the whole internet. Now, this catalog, technically it's called an inverted index, is really just a giant list that maps every single word to every single web page where it appears. SEO is just the art of convincing that librarian that your website's card was the most important one to pull out for any given topic.
So how did you win that game? Well, it really just came down to these three things. First up, relevance, having the right keywords on your page. Second, authority. That meant getting other important websites to link to you, kind of like a vote of confidence. And finally, technical health, just making sure your site was built well and was easy for the search engines to crawl and read. That's it. If you mastered those three, you won the prize, that top spot on the page and all the clicks that came with it.
Okay, so let's jump back to today, to this new world. We're not dealing with a librarian anymore. This is a totally new profession. We're shifting from the Librarian of Links to the Synthesizing Scholar. And this scholar doesn't just find information, it actually creates new knowledge right in front of you.
And this slide just perfectly captures that difference. The librarian finds you a list of books on your topic and says, "Here you go, have fun reading." The scholar, on the other hand, reads 5 of those books for you and comes back with a custom one-page summary of everything you need to know. I mean, that's the incredible leap we're taking here.
So how does this magic trick actually work? Well, it's a 3-step process called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG for short. It's pretty cool. First, the AI retrieves relevant bits of info, not whole articles, but small, powerful chunks of text from all over the web. Second, it augments its own understanding by stuffing all these chunks into its short-term memory, which we call its context window. And finally, it generates a brand new, unique answer based on everything it just learned from all those pieces. This table right here is fantastic because it's basically the new rulebook. Just look at the difference. The primary goal is no longer ranking number 1 to get a click. The new goal is just to be cited in the AI's answer. Your content format? Forget about long articles for humans. It's all about structured, fact-dense, chunkable information for machines. And authority? Backlinks still matter. But the new gold standard is getting cited by high-trust sources, the kind of places the AI already trusts, like major news outlets and encyclopedias. The whole game has changed.
Now this shift has some pretty huge economic consequences. I mean, think about it. If the engine just gives you the answer directly, why would you need to click on anything? This is leading us to a brand new reality for every single business online, the zero-click world.
And the numbers behind this are, well, they're staggering. Projections are showing that by next year, something like 60% of all searches won't result in a single click to any website. 60%. You get your answer instantly, and you just move on. The fundamental economic model of the web, trading information for traffic, is starting to break.
This forces us to completely rethink what success even means online. And this quote says it perfectly. The click is no longer the primary unit of value. The new currency, the new way you know you're winning, is the citation, getting your brand or your idea mentioned directly inside that AI's answer.
But here's where it gets really fascinating. Even though total clicks are going down, getting cited creates this powerful halo effect. Just look at this chart. The data shows that brands that get mentioned in an AI answer, that's the second bar, see a 35% relative jump in organic clicks compared to brands that aren't mentioned. And for paid ads, it's a whopping 91% lift. So why is that? It's because being part of the answer makes you the default, trusted choice for anyone who does decide they need to dig a little deeper.
So far, we've only been talking about AIs that answer our questions. But the next step in this evolution is already here, AI that takes action. We are moving from answers to autonomous agents that can actually do things for us.
This opens up a whole new field, agentic search optimization, or ASO. This isn't just about giving information anymore. It's about structuring your online business so that these new AI assistants can actually interact with it, understand it, and get things done on your behalf. And here's the simplest way to think about the difference. Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO, is for informational questions, like what are the best running shoes? The AI gives you an answer. Agentic Search Optimization, ASO, is for commands, for transactions. It's for when you say, buy me the best running shoes in my size. The AI needs to be able to go out and actually complete that purchase for you.
So let's zoom all the way out. Where is all this headed by, say, 2030? Well, it's pointing to a future where every single brand, every creator, every company is going to need to build what you could call a digital twin.
Because this is the fundamental shift we're all living through right now. We are moving away from a web of documents, basically a giant library of pages connected by links, and into a web of knowledge, a massive interconnected network of facts, ideas, and relationships, all synthesized by AI.
And that brings us to one last pretty heavy question to leave you with. In this new world, where AI generates the answers and agents perform the tasks, if your brand, your product, your idea isn't seen, understood, and cited by that AI, does it even really exist online at all?